Live and yes,
Yep,
now we're
you're
on
live.
there. That was
There it is.
pretty
That was quick.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Thursday, August what's my computer say? The 14th, and it is time for another hangout on air with our smartphone photographers community here on Google Plus. We call it Point and Shoot. This is the community here where we get together and talk about different ways to be a better smartphone photographer. Tips and tricks and how-tos and even little gadgets get involved. And a gadget, it can actually be like a sheet of white paper, believe it or not. Really is. But no, this is a pretty nice community, and I enjoy getting together every week talking with these guys. Whomever can join, that is. Tonight we got our moderators joining us. We're going to allow everyone to introduce themselves here. Sorry for the late start again, but we'll go with my man, Mr. Michael King, first. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing a lot better than I did this time last week.
Good, good, good. Good to see you.
Yeah, and then getting close to our horrible anniversary of October 9th is getting closing on us. I don't remember that. Want to ever remember that one again?
I'm not sure I remember that.
October 9th is when I had to evacuate because
Oh
of,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And it's closing on us, and everybody's talking about it. But we're going to do something for this.
Well, you're gonna get past that one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, we just
Right.
had our neighbor burned down. The complex across us had a 5-alarm fire. It's
Goodness,
gone.
dude.
It's
And like I
gone.
said, you are gonna surpass. You will get past that.
Yep.
You are in your community,
I'm just saying, it brought back too many memories watching it burn down.
no doubt.
Oh, I just lost audio.
Yeah, you did for a second.
Yep, lost Ant. Don't
We
hear a
lost
word
Ant?
out of you, Ant.
Yeah, we can see lips moving. No audio.
I can read. God damn it, we know that one.
Hey, careful, we're on live. We're live.
Right.
Yeah. I kind of like this. I like this new improved Ant.
Let's take another
Me
sip,
too.
Robert. Let's take
This is
another
great.
sip.
This is great. We can take over.
Not that we don't already anyway. Take another sip, sir. Take another sip.
No, sorry. This happened on the mic's not working.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This is the high quality you will get every single week here when you watch Point and Shoot, everyone. So we can have our. No, it's not gonna. You're done. You might as well.
No, I'm
Oh, there it
here.
is. Oh, there he goes.
There it
I'm
is.
here. Cord came out somehow. I don't know how that happens. Shocking. Anyway, back to the introduction of my man, Mr. Michael Portis.
There you go. Thank you. Hi, everybody. It's Michael Portis of Black on a Mac here. I'm enjoying a beer and my clam idiots who are having a video shoot coming up on the 23rd of August. Beer. Just beer, everyone. Beer and garlic almonds. Ready to talk about smartphone photography.
Yes. Not about beer just yet.
No, always about beer. I don't know what you're talking about. The rib cook-off is coming up also, everybody.
What's this becoming? Windows Weekly?
Yeah,
And
but,
the,
hey,
bear pick at the end?
beer pick at the end. Hey, more importantly, the Best of the West Nugget Rib Cook-Off is coming up. And it's about to go down. I'm about to gain about 50 pounds, everybody.
50 pounds.
Hey, it's a week full of ribs and beer. Brisket,
Sounds- You know, I'd be up for that
pulled
challenge.
pork.
50 pounds? Damn.
No, I won't literally. I'll probably put on 5 to 10 to be completely honest.
It'd be fun trying, though.
5 to 1000.
5 to 10 pounds.
It'd be fun trying.
Go around.
Anyway, appreciate you coming out, Holmes.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Next up, my man, hanging out at the location unknown, Mr. Mike Sweeney.
Yep. You're getting me via an iPad and a MiFi, so we are live and portable.
You know, and ain't that great about technology? We can still
Hey,
do this thing
mobile
on
photography,
mobile
everybody.
devices.
Mobile.
We are mobile here.
It's freaking awesome, man. Appreciate you coming out, and looks like you're out in the nice, decent weather, unlike most places here.
Yeah, well, here. Let me see what I can do. There we go.
That California life, though.
There you go.
Oh boy, he living a hard life, y'all.
That California life, though.
Hard life.
75 and sunny, my man. 75 and sunny.
Oh man.
One of these days, the big one's going to come, and California will fall off into the lake.
Yeah, we're just gonna
No,
drop
no.
off.
No,
Well, the funny thing is, I live about 1,000 feet up, so I'll have beachfront property.
Oh, you'll be
exactly.
fine. You're looking forward to it.
and hey, as
I'll
long
be
as
the next. I'll be
as
the
long
next
as the water
Hawaii.
doesn't come over the mountain, hey, I'll be good. Because if that water comes over our mountain, we're done.
All I'm gonna say is Lucifer's hammer.
No. Better volcanoes.
Lucifer's hammer. Appreciate you coming out, bro. Next up, my man, Pirate Robert Knight. And that looks like a Chick-fil-A box through his glasses or some sort. Sorry.
Chick-fil-A.
He says, I'm eating. Welcome. Appreciate you having me here. We'll holler at you in a minute. As I eat my expensive chicken.
Hey, that's godly chicken right there.
Yeah,
As
them
in-
prices it is.
Good God, how much did I just pay for a piece of chicken?
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah, I'd rather go to Popeyes.
Man, appreciate you hanging out, Rob. We'll get back to you in a minute here. All right. Anyway, our weekly hangout on here, like I said earlier, we talk about different tips and tricks, but we also do a weekly photography challenge. And each week, the winner from the previous challenge gets to pick what the theme is. You know, last time we had, well, not last time. One time we had patterns, we've had motion, we had black and white, and it's just a wide range of things. But this time, our 3-time-in-a-row winner, Nicole H., decided to give us a theme of still life. Now, as this was published, there was a lot of discussion, maybe controversy on what exactly did this
There was
theme
no discussion.
present. No, you're right. There was no discussion. There was one man on an iPad yelling and saying, "This is what it is. Shut up." And it's 5
Pretty much.
a.m. I hadn't had coffee yet, so shut up. But we got it figured out, and I think one of her best examples was she says, you have your subject matter there, but it you frame it up and it actually gives you like a moment of time, a period of time. You know, like she said, tax documents. When you see tax documents on a desk with a pencil, a calculator, and a glass of scotch, you know it's April or close to April 15th. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a pretty good idea there. We had about 20 some odd shots submitted, and we did have a tie, but we don't have a tie anymore. Our winner is actually in the hangout tonight. We'll get to that, to his shot in a second, but we'll go ahead and highlight a few other ones here and go through it, give it a little critique, what we like, what we don't like, what we suggest to make it, look a little better, or a different point of view kind of thing, because sometimes we all see things a little bit differently, and if you've seen previous hangouts on air, you'll see that we can take shots and really break it down into 2 or 3 different shots depending on the angle, So let me pull up the wonderful screen share here in Google Plus. Got that there, and I'm going to click on that one there, and we say share. All right, you guys should see my screen, right?
See.
Yay, nay, okay, see, he says. Sweet. All right, let me pick out one here random. Let's take a look at my man, Tim McCusker. This dude, he's always doing some pretty interesting and funny stuff here. Typically, he's also sharing a theme for the month. He'll have like 30 days of flair, 30 days of black and white. I think right now he's going with 30 days of double exposure. So he's always sort of, with it when it comes to snapping shots with his smartphone. He's been on Android. He's been on the Galaxy S5, I believe. He's also been on the iPhone 5S. And now he's currently with the Windows Phone rolling with the Nokia 1020. Very, very, very nice camera on that phone. Um, I'm not sure about, still in time. I guess this is a planning period, if you will, with the whole ruler. But I like the idea of him adding the the Lego man back there in
Nope.
the background. I thought it was pretty funny.
No. Okay, Tim, you know I love you. You know I love you. But
Uh-huh.
it's very distracting to me to have
Too distracting.
with the lines in the photo that are naturally made with the ruler and the calculator to have the dead center of where my eye goes out of focus. It is incredibly annoying.
Okay, so it should be in more focus there.
It should be. I think the Lego Man should be in focus.
I give you that. I give you
No.
that. Go ahead,
No.
Sweeney.
No, I like what he's done with the focus.
Well, okay, why do you say?
The subject is the blueprints.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The background are the tools to make them.
I don't think but I think when I'm looking at the story of this picture, that's clearly an architect Lego piece. I mean,
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
be
an
any
architect
more-
ruler and it's a pocket calculator. Those are
So
all tools of the trade.
I would have liked to see maybe an in focus kind of closer crop that you can get the whole story all in focus. I don't care about what's behind the Lego
No,
Man.
I get the story. I get the story of the blueprints in focus and everything else, which are the tools, are there but not there.
Not the craft, but I want to see the craftsman also. That's it.
I agree with reporters for once. I
You're
think
wrong too.
I would like to see. I'd like to see it a little more sharper. There's nothing wrong with it now. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it now. I like the shot. But for him
Timothy,
to bring
you're
that
fine.
to my
Trust
attention, yeah, he's good. He got my. No, he's fine. What are your thoughts, Sonic King?
I agree with Sweeney.
Just leave it.
What?
That means Robert's a tiebreaker.
Yeah, because I'm, I would have rather him not have the Lego Man there, period. But I like the plans are more in focus, and just everything else is just part of it. So I am full agree for the first time. I'm in full agreement with Mike Sweeney.
Okay, wait.
Never happened.
That means hell froze over somewhere.
Exactly. Just a small piece of it, and clearly a fairy has lost her life also. I think if you had removed the Lego Man, it would have been a more complete. It's just again, it has to do with the lines. If the Lego Man was off focus, but further down the ruler or in front of the ruler and still out of focus, not a problem with me. It's the fact that my eye naturally follows the lines on the screen to a point
See,
that's
it would
out
have
of
been better
focus.
if it would have been better if the Lego Man was riding the ruler.
Yeah, or something, or standing on top of the ruler, or something. But in focus, for Christ's sake.
Well, actually, it's architect, so you put him under the ruler because something collapsed on him.
Right. Exactly. Oh, there we go. I like that. I like that.
All right.
Right,
What
Mr.
about you,
Knight?
Mr. Knight? Tiebreaker.
Adjust my monocle here.
Yeah, fix that monocle. There you go. That's much better.
Yeah. This actually has a theme to it. When I looked at it, the first thing I thought about was the Lego Movie,
Yep.
and the fact that everything had to have a
Master
plan,
Builder.
Yeah, that is Lord Business Plan's hair, actually.
and the Master Builder, and everything. You got to stick to the plan. But
Huh.
I have to agree with Ant and Portis. Once I got to the Lego Man that was out of focus, it lost me. Everything else I like about it, but when my eye followed the ruler and followed the calculator to get the rest of the picture, and the Lego Man was out of focus, it threw me a little.
Mm-hmm.
And so that it could be my thing, but it didn't work for me with the Lego Man out of focus. If he was in focus and say bring him to the foreground staring down at a plan at one of the parts there, then that's even more of a story to me.
No, you're wrong too.
The rest of the panel are idiots.
I love this. I love this dude. All right. Well, let's move on to another.
Timothy, I'm
topic.
sticking up for you.
And I'm sure he appreciates that. Actually,
I don't think he's ever been trialed by fired by us. I think we're always on team.
No. We got into him one time recently about
Oh yeah.
remember the balloon in the
Yep,
in the big blue sky?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right, huh? Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have to pour this crop on it. Remember that?
Oh, that's right. 16 by 9 day. Okay, yeah, no, I remember fully now.
Yeah. I want
right.
to actually look
You know,
at one of mine here.
To stand for something else. Now it's Portis crop. Yeah.
The Portis crop. It is now. That's exactly how I think of it. Well, let me do a Portis crop here. All right. I want to look at one of mine. I appreciate the votes I got on it. Really didn't expect any. But when I was looking at this on Snapseed or whatever it was I was editing with it, no, the regular editor, I couldn't figure out my alignment. I didn't necessarily know where I should put my little grid to make sure it's lined up properly, because you got this line, you got this cover back here, you got the sidewalk back there, you got that line right there, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion. If you're going to try to make something, straight and lined up, what point would you guys use as a reference? I'll jump in at once.
I would use the closest point.
Closest point, so that would be this
That
one
would
here.
be your bar right there.
Okay.
And actually, I would probably work with the lower bar to make sure that's straight, because if the bottom is straight, then everything else should fall in line being straight. This is one of the things where if you're using the rule of thirds grid, when you're taking your picture, you can actually use the lines on the grid to help you level.
Yeah, and I've been doing that, but even at the time of shooting, I was battling with it, and I said, all right, well, let me just try to get it as straight as possible.
Yeah,
and then I put it in the editor, and I still battled, because I was like, man, which point of reference should I use?
When I look at it, go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, the fact that you're battling it so much tells me that you don't have the right angle for your vision.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at it right now, I would say you don't have the right angle.
Mm-hmm. Which angle would you go?
The picture just looks kind of... Well, I don't know, but right now it just feels kind of awkward all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got angles behind battling with the foreground angles, which are different, which are battling with the sides.
Gotcha.
Maybe backing out a little bit and rotating, say, to the right. Was the bar there on the end of the bike rack, was that bar angled?
No. This bike rack, if I was to stand in front of it, it would have been straight. It's actually just sort of sitting in this square angled itself.
Well, I think the problem I have, Ant, is I can't tell what your subject is.
Gotcha.
Well, but here, Ant, you said that you edited it in the Google editor?
Yeah.
Put the color back in for me, please.
All right, so let's see here. Whoops, back.
I realize he's going to blow up the hangout when he does that.
I know.
Thanks, Portis. Let's see. Revert to original.
Yep, there you go.
There it goes. And we wait on the grind. There we go. All right, there's the color.
So, looking at it,
the alignment is now all sort of leaning.
Sort of leaning. Okay, so when you look at the other one, what I notice most is in your struggle to get it straight, it's not off balance. First and foremost, I think the little tweaks that you did to bring the two most dominant angles are the top of that the shade covering there, and then the bike rail are the two most dominant going that way for me, or whatever. And then the brick wall. I gotta do it the right way. I forget that my thing is more. But to me, looking at it, I think if you had altered the color to get rid of the blowouts in the upper left, that area, if you got rid of the blowout and just focused on the lines, I don't think it's bad. I agree with Mike. I can't tell. What are you taking a picture of, for Christ's sake? I don't know. but it's not. I don't think it's the angles that you're really battling. I think it's the story.
The story.
There isn't a story.
Yeah,
There
the
isn't.
fact that there isn't one. If there was a bike there, like a single bike, or put a Lego man on there, or I don't know, like something else there to capture that moment in time that we've all kind of been looking for. Or even, you know, what you could have done is even just hit those chains there and make them swing a little bit. Get a little motion blur.
A little blur on it.
Yeah, get a little motion blur in there or something. It would have made a much more interesting photo.
Gotcha. Sweet. Your thoughts, Mr. King?
Well, that's about it.
See, you put the phone on a self-timer and throw it in the air.
No.
Right.
That will be no.
And pray you catch it.
Right. Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. It doesn't float my boat. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
That's
Oh,
fine.
wait.
I got thick skin.
Oh, come on,
dude.
Come on.
Jeez.
Mr. Gun-toting Republican doesn't want to ruffle any feathers.
Well, it's dual gun-toting.
Dual
Dual.
semi-automatic gun-toting.
No. I've got my full autos here.
Full automatic toting.
The fun mode, the fun switch one.
Fun switch gun mode.
Now let's whoops, hold on, wrong screen. All right, let's switch over to another one of our top vote getters. Last week's winner, Nicole H. It took me a second to figure out what it was, but it looks like she used some type of distortion editor on there. I thought it was a nice effect. Little fuzzy there, but I guess that's coming from that particular editor. But I thought it was a pretty nice effect of it being a timepiece at least, and not too terribly, not just a boring watch shot kind of thing. What do you guys think?
I like it. It's interesting. Just put it this way. I've seen some of the like the winner. I've seen some of the watch shots. They are just completely boring.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, and this one was interesting. It's a unique way of showing a watch with all the distortion on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still nothing that makes my fancy, but it's one of the better ones I've seen.
Okay. Sweeney?
Don't like it.
Don't like it. What don't you like?
Not sure yet. That's true.
I said it's boring.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and I don't know. There's just something about it I don't care for. I'm not. I'd have to think about it a little bit to figure it out exactly what.
The one beef that I have is this break in the distortion here. It looks like it's supposed to be mirrored of some sort, or
that might. Yeah.
It's hard to tell. It's just
because you see it's a perfect
It's
line
unique.
all the way across there. Had that been the same color, maybe like that white color or this gold color all the way around, I'd like that more.
I would look better if it was kind of mixing in instead of being a line. If it was
Maybe
actually
you could blur it.
blending in like that. If it blended in, now that would have been a lot better. It's just that
I can see that.
that's the one thing that kind of got me off on it. It's why I didn't vote for it. It's just the two where the kind of a gold and the white. If they were to have blended in, I would have liked it a lot more. Then it would have been more interesting. As it is, it's okay. It's one of the better watch shots, but it just needed the colors. It kind of needed to blend in each other a little bit.
All right, Mr. Knight.
I didn't get it. I didn't really get it. She had two pictures entered of the same. I believe it's the same watch.
Yep.
I actually liked the other one more.
I did too.
But this particular one, it just didn't really register with me. I see what she kind of did, what is going on with the tones and that line split. If you notice, it's kind of an in and out thing. The
Mhm.
top band is gold, the bottom band is silver,
Yeah.
and it flips on the other side,
Mhm.
inner and outer. But overall, it was, I guess it was being artistic, but it didn't reach my artistic peak of interest.
Gotcha.
Is the best way I can describe it.
It's all good. All right. Portis.
I hear echoes.
Yeah, he's echoing. Okay, let me be completely honest with you. I didn't like this challenge at all.
Mhm.
I didn't like any of the shot. I voted for the other picture that Robert mentioned of the other watch that she posted because it was the best shot of the group. I don't know if we missed, for me artistically, the entire still life boat. But what we have this week it didn't work for me.
Well, so let me jump in here for a minute, Mike, because I'm in agreement for a change. I believe the group did miss it completely and utterly.
Mhm.
When you say still life, there are very specific parameters that
Right.
you shoot against when you do a still life.
Which are what, Mr. Sweeney?
You literally build a scene from inanimate objects to tell a story.
Right.
And that is not a snapshot. That is not, I mean, Tim came close even with the Lego Man debacle. He came very
Yes.
close to it.
That was the only one close to actually what still life is.
All right. So what about mine here?
If
Sorry,
it
guys.
didn't have the reflection in it.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I didn't like seeing my reflection there, but I remember
Oh yeah.
purposely moving that
You
bell,
stay there and make sure no one takes it.
purposely moving the calculator. I actually shifted it around a couple
got it.
times while they were doing their thing because I wanted it to look like a still, some type of still, but something that reflected waiting kind of thing.
So
Well,
forgive me
here's the
because I'm actually on the move right now.
Here's
but,
the definition of still life. Still life photography.
I posted it.
Yeah, well, it's a depiction of inanimate subject matter, most typically a small group of objects. Still life photography more so than other types of photography, as a large landscape or portrait gives a photographer more leeway in the arrangement of design elements with composition. So I think really what we missed this week is the composition piece.
Yeah, there wasn't any.
I think there was I think there was very little to no composition. Outside of Tim's, again, didn't like the photo because of the Lego Man being out of focus, but it was clearly a gathering of a complete thought. It was a scene that he thought out and he laid out on his desk and snapped a picture. And that's what still life is to me. When I think of still life, I think of more like a lot of flowers and statues and not so much statues but like flowers and figurines and things like that. More even on not macro photography but more up close, intimate storytelling photography.
If you looked at my sample still life I put up, it was playing an old camera off a new camera with a vintage picture, and it's an idea that I hadn't actually finished, but it gave the look and the feel, I think, of what they were shooting for. And I just don't see that in this week's selections.
So not even in mine here with the whole mobile oil change thingamabobber.
What's the story, dude?
If I can't look
at the picture and see the story immediately,
right,
it's not successful.
Right. Good point.
And I'll tell you something. I sound like a hard ass about it, but still lifes are one of the hardest things to shoot. Because you got to build it all.
Right, exactly. It's something you have to. It's a collection of things.
Interesting.
If you looked at, I think it's more still life. If you looked at Giuseppe, hold on a second. Let me share my screen. This isn't necessarily what we were going for. Let me see. Where is?
Giuseppe had one?
Oh, Giuseppe had one.
There we go.
I'm looking now on my screen.
Giuseppe had this one. This to me,
Yeah.
this
Which
to
one you
me
got
is
there?
is a really good still life photo.
Yeah.
This is
That
what
works.
this is what I think of when I see still life.
But so how does it fit into the theme though of time?
I don't. Hold on.
See the problem?
I see the problem,
Is it
but
possible?
Oh, I think it's entirely possible. I had a couple of
Okay.
ideas. I had one I wasn't sure was entirely age appropriate.
Well,
But,
go ahead. Let's hear it anyway.
Well, I was going to get some a tequila bottle and some empty shots and a couple of empty condom wrappers.
right.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Speaking of time, I mean a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you know what?
But I mean, that's part of the whole problem with shooting with with still life is you got to come up with a concept. You got to figure out what props you're going to use. Then you got to figure out how to actually tell the story with your props. And most of the pros, the professional photographers I know, have a really hard time with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real art form, and it's not something you just do snapshots with.
Yeah, no. Let's just say, yeah, no snapshot could.
Yeah, because mine that I used was kind of, it was telling a story. That was the very first time I took that that 9mm out to the range. That was his first shots. That's when it was shot for the first time.
Now, see, I didn't get that from your shot.
See, like this. With
I
Nicole,
just got a gun stash from yours. You know what I
like,
mean?
I like this one from Nicole. Again, not part of our challenge, but I really like this photo.
Yeah, that is pretty.
This tells an amazing story. Not a single
Pretty.
thing. This is a good still life photo. Maybe give it a vintage look,
I'd almost say it's more of a landscape.
or more. Yeah,
I
but
think that's pretty.
it's a pretty. If she had done some color treatments, made it look more vintage or vignette maybe, and like a sepia tone or something like that to kind of age it. Sepia tone.
You say
Where's Deborah?
tomato,
Where's
I
Deborah?
say maters.
Where's Deborah when we need her?
Oh, I'm gonna get an email. I think it's like the third week in a row that I've said that wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm getting an email. But the point is, just a couple of small treatments to this photo, beautiful still life. And I think that my overarching problem is that we kind of missed the boat on it this week.
Yep. I would agree.
Fortunately, we got guys in here in this community like you that are able to educate us on this type of thing, and next time the challenge comes up, we'll be better prepared.
Yeah, I think this is one of those really good shot building or skill building challenges where
exactly
we can do this again and just stipulate brand new shots and build this up. I think I appreciate the community for putting these kinds on because it's obviously you didn't see any shots of me because I couldn't get it right this week. I just couldn't.
I have been there. All right. Well, that's good stuff, gentlemen. Let's take a look at the winning shot here. I gotta turn on the screen share. Hold on. And
Crash.
there will not be a crash.
That's what you say now.
Stop your hating. All right, here it is. This is from my man Robert here in the hangout tonight. And I like this shot, but it's funny. We got a comment from Tim, who we were speaking about earlier. He says, I've heard for a better watch photos to have the hands at 10 and 2. That way it frames the manufacturer and doesn't obscure other details. Just FYI.
Yes, sir.
Never knew that, but when I think back to all of the magazines of seeing watches and whatnot, they usually were 10 and 2. Never even thought.
Well, that's like when you shoot a car, make sure that the caps are set horizon, center, and make sure the tires are set correctly. I mean, it's the little details you don't think about until you look at the picture and you kind of go, that looks weird.
Yeah. It's definitely some work, though. It's definitely some work. But I like Robert's shot here. I thought it did look like an ad because of the temperature of it. It sort of looks like a cool temperature picture. Just like I'm looking through a magazine.
Now,
And
I got a question about the shadow over the 12.
What is that
So-
question?
Why do
That's
we
a
have it?
reflection of a tree.
Why do we have it?
Yeah, because it bugs me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Something bugs Mike Sweeney?
Now, it'd been interesting if the watch hands had been positioned in such a way to frame the shadow.
10 and 2.
If they had it in the 10 and 2 position, it would have framed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure would have. Sure would have. All right.
but
Anything else?
I definitely like the effort on it, and I like the blur. I'm all about the blur.
What are your thoughts, King?
Well, if it was as it is, it's kind of okay. I like the blur. If that, just like everybody else, that shadow is bothering me, and it's just that's why I actually didn't vote for it, because it just did not float my boat at all. It just wasn't that good. And if the hands were repositioned a little bit, and to actually kind of highlight the shadow, then it would have been fine. It would have been a lot better. Also, the sweep second hand is covering up the date, and that kind of bugs me a little bit. It could have come down a little bit. Said other than that, it's the blurring of it is excellent. I like that.
How did you do that, Robert? Was that like a selective blur back there?
No, that's focus.
Just your focus? Okay.
Now,
Good job.
this is a snapshot. I will say that right off the bat. This was a shot that I'm sitting eating, and I'm like, oh, this light, this reflection, this is pretty cool. I'm going to take this shot. Submit, I don't know if it tells, I was like, is it going to meet the criteria? I doubt it, but I'm going to say I participated this week at least.
So you end up winning.
You got
I didn't think I would win. I'm like, it's just a shot. I got a little bit of a book back here, so it tells a slide story, maybe like what Sweeney was saying with the setup, but I didn't think I was going to win. So it was just really a participatory shot.
Wow.
This watch, I'll just say, it lends itself very well to taking photographs.
Sure.
The face of it is highly reflective. The inside of the face, the glass stays very clean easily. And the inside of the face being black, it absorbs a lot of light, letting things show very easily against it. The bands are actually interchangeable, and just so it happened I had the compass bands on it, so I was kind of like, okay, directions, a book, a little bit of a story maybe. And when I was editing, I noticed the tree shadow, and I was kind of like, can I get it any clearer where you can see the tree in the reflection? Because I was thinking about Ziana and the shot that she did with the reflection in the sunglasses.
Yeah.
But it wasn't focused and sharp enough to really get it. And so because of that, I decided to go for it. I did make it a lot cooler, trying to go for more of a kind of a grungy steel look and really bring the steel out of the watch, the shininess of the outer band itself.
Got it.
So what Tim pointed out, I didn't think about at first, but
Right.
it was kind of like, yeah, that is true, but also it was like, I just took this shot. I wasn't thinking about setting no time and screwing up my time, because that's the right time. And that watch is a little bit hard to set because it's got like a double, triple clutch thing in it.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of them, it has a date on it. You have, if you're not careful, you can throw the date off. Then you can throw everything off. Yeah, I know what you mean. They're not that fun to set.
I mean, for a while when I had reset it, the day was changing at noon instead of at midnight.
Ouch.
So,
Wow. Good grief. What do you think about it, Portis?
I didn't vote for it. Again, like I said, overarching, I didn't like the shots this week. I'm nosy, so the blur on it on the book, I kind of want to know what you're reading, to be completely honest with you. I'm nosy like that.
That is definitely nosy.
But other than that, the watch, I like that the watch hand is completely in the watch face is completely in focus. The amount of green on the photo, which is typically my pet peeve when it's a darker photo, is just right. So I think you did a great job with the green and the blur, especially around the bottom half of the band. Not losing the fact that the south by southwest
Yes.
is still, legible. I really like that. The cool reflections that I see are clearly this band. I bet you kind of has a glow. It glows in the dark. The watch face, correct?
It does.
Because it was just dark enough to cast the numbers
to make the stuff go out green.
To go green on it. So I like that effect on there.
Good eye, man.
And so, I mean, that's what I like. I mean, it's kind of like, I won't say what it's like because it's, a child-friendly show, but overall it deserved to win out of all the shots.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations to you, Mr. Knight, on winning this week's challenge, even though you really didn't. You just sort of threw it up there and, oh crap, it worked.
That's literally running anything up the flagpole. Everybody saluted this week.
That sounds like, I swear that sounds like system admin stuff. Well, let me see if this works. Oh, shit, it did work. Oh, man. Congratulations, bro. You are on the clock, as usual, to get us a new challenge for this week. All right. There was something I wanted to point out for discussion. Let me pull it up again.
Yeah, so we lost Sweeney.
Yes, Sweeney
he's on his way home, I think.
Sweeney had to bail out.
Can I just say, for the iOS, if you guys don't use like a free app notifier or when apps drop prices, the amount of photography apps right now going on sale are insane. So if you are in the market to want to try some of your favorite photography apps, I use App Shopper because I think it's probably one of the better ones. But Touch Retouch, which is a really good photo editor for the iPad, is free right now. Blur is free right now. Superimpose Studio is free right now. Nightcam for low light is free right now. Chromatic is free right now. Paper Camera is free right now. Bubble Frame is free right now.
Wow.
Dark Light, which is to kind of bring out the details in a darker photo, is free right now. Photo Delight is free right now. Lightly is free right now.
Jeez.
It's just.
And you're using what's it called? App Notifier?
I use App Shopper.
App Shopper.
Yeah, I've got it on my iPad.
It's literally a ton of photography apps are free right now.
Are you able to sort App Shopper as far as how it notifies you? Or
yeah, you can tell it what you want, what you have. And when you put the apps in the want section, it will let you know when anytime a price drops, increases, or the either a price drop or increase happens. So, I mean, there's literally tons of apps are available right now. So, and my personal favorite, Superburst camera, which it lets people who don't have the 5S with the amazing Superburst feature in here, it lets them take it. I don't know if you guys remember the photo of the beer pouring into the cup from St. Patrick's Day that I took. I took that with Superburst, and I took that on an iPhone 4. So clearly it works. So
yeah,
get out there and get you some free photography apps while they're right for the picking.
There's one app on iOS that I really wish I could get my hands on for Android, and it's Slow Shutter.
Slow.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I like that one also.
Every time I go to look for something similar on the Android platform, it's not even close. And I think the one thing that was close had like a 2-star rating, at that. And, once it gets below 3 stars, it's usually
Garbage.
just really want to shoot that thing. But
Dang.
Sweeney's been using Slow Shutter here recently. And I want to pull up one of his. I freaking love it. Just in case some folks don't understand the tech behind an app like that. Let's see, Mike Sweeney share that screen. You guys see it okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what he just did it the other day.
I mean, this
I like
here,
that.
man, this is with an iPhone. And normally you see shots like this with the DSLR, because they
Oh,
have
he also, and remember, he also said he did not put it on a tripod. He handheld it.
he's
He
just
held it by
holding
hand.
still. Yeah, again, this thing, there's not a bad blur here. It's the right type of blur when you have all of this extra exposure coming from the light.
Only
from the
blur I can
vehicles and
see,
whatnot.
only blur I kind of can see is that if you look right when the thing makes that turn, you
Yep.
see a little two little lines going up. It might have kind of just moved just a second.
You mean right here? Whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Dang it. You mean right there?
Yeah.
That's actually the drone he was talking about. If you look in
okay.
the comments, he says, check
yeah,
out the drone tracks. Drone tracks
yeah.
on the upper right. Yep, some bonehead was flying a drone over the freeway. Because, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. No, you're not supposed. Here, you're allowed to shoot it down.
Oh,
Literally.
really?
Yeah. If you have a drone someone flies a drone over your backyard, you're actually allowed to shoot it down with a shotgun.
Yeah,
They say use a shotgun, just blast it.
I'd like to reach out to Sweeney and see if we could share this particular shot on our website, because I love
I like that.
man.
That's
I
really
just
good.
wish.
The Slow Shutter Cam, which is the one I believe is not on sale, it was recently updated, and it's only 99 cents for y'all on the iOS.
See, now I'm looking here on the Android store now. All right, shutter speed. Well, they got no, it's 2.9, so it did come up a little bit. This is the only thing that was pretty much close to it, but everything else in the store that I looked at didn't really give you any of those options like that. It was just extra camera apps.
Yeah.
Nothing is totally dedicated to slowing that shutter down to the 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I don't even know what he had on here from the speed. Hold on, let me see if it shows. Is that really 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Wow. That's freaking cool. that's so cool.
Oh yeah. I've been this is the first time to see someone use the app. I've got it. I just never put it on the phone. Now I'm going to.
Yeah, now you know what you're tasked with now, buddy. I expect to see a shot from you in the community with Slow Shutter.
If I have a chance.
If you get a chance. All right. Is there anything you guys wanted to discuss before we get out of here? Wanted to share?
Nah.
No, not this week.
I want to poke fun at Portis one more time, though, because
That's not hard to do.
Because it's fun doing that. You remember last week we talked about pretty heated discussion about editing on the computer versus editing on your mobile device. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and give this one some props. This is a colleague.
This is Team Portis. This is Team Portis, by the way. This is Team Portis. You're proving my point, son. Go ahead.
This is a great shot here. Am I sharing the right screen? Hold on. No, that one. That screen. This one here, this is a colleague or friend or associate of someone from Mike Sweeney knows. And this was all edited on her iPhone.
That's right.
And the dedication that went into this thing, because I believe she had like 23
No, she lost count.
I lost count at
You lost 20.
23 layers on this shot.
Mm-hmm.
When I decide to do layers on my
Hashtag,
shots,
do work, son. Do
I
work.
get about 3 and I'm done. She
Work,
went.
son.
I'm imagining she used that. There's that Photoshop for iPhone. There's one that's not a really good one. There's another app that is almost like
Yeah,
Photoshop, and that one would be perfect to edit on the iPhone. That and Lightroom.
What she said was
she
she
used Art
did-
Studio. Is
Yeah.
what she used.
Oh, yeah.
Art Studio.
And she said it was a combination of finger, stylus, and
Yeah, fingers in
finger
her
and
stylus. Yeah,
And this is what I'm talking about, gentlemen.
that is some work.
Yes.
And that thing looks damn good. Paulina Mucha by Cora Edwards. Miss Cora Edwards, I tip the hat to you because
Yes.
I don't have that kind of patience. I'm sorry. That
It's called You Have Kids.
yeah, after 3 layers, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good enough. I'm done. You know?
No, this is absolutely amazing. Like I said in the comment, hey, that's how it's done. everybody.
Yeah.
So when are you gonna pull out a nice 20-layer shot, Portis?
A 20 layer. I'm gonna draw something with 20 layers, and we'll see how well it goes over. I guarantee it ain't gonna be nearly as good. 20 layers, challenge accepted.
That's insane.
Oh,
That's insane.
I've done some with 19, 20 layers, but I'm working on the computer.
That was on a computer.
And I'm working on working on a 4K monitor.
This is on a 4-inch screen, dude. That's what's insane about it. I mean, she's doing this on a small space with fingers and styli, or whatever you want, however it is.
What is the plural for that?
I think it's styli.
I just say stylus.
At least in
Stylus
the world it is anyway.
In
Jeez.
Chateau Ghetto, it's pronounced.
In Chateau Ghetto, it's styli, damn it. All right.
All
Well,
right,
folks,
this challenge is posted.
it's posted already?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and give us a sneak preview now on air. How about that? Might be a first.
I don't have the picture,
You
but the
had-
challenge is posted.
Here we go.
When the rubber meets the road.
Let's see here. I will pull it up on my screen. Here, just give me a second.
Ah,
What kind of foolishness did he give us? Am I gonna be crying all week? Yeah, I
Yep.
probably will. All right, share the screen.
they're gonna have to think.
Oh, great. All right, when rubber meets the road. 3 shots. No auto tires may be used. Dude.
Nope.
I won't be entering this one.
3 shots. No auto tires may be used for this. Voting would be a total of your 3 shots. So you need to make that 3-shot minimum and max.
Can do that.
Must include a rubber surface and a road type surface.
I got this. I
No,
got this.
so no
got
car
this.
tires.
I got this.
All right, so there's no car tires, and
Right.
but you got to be on the road.
Road type surface.
Road type surface.
Sneakers on a parking lot?
Yeah, let me go ahead and put this I hate you out there right about now.
I don't think I can do that. Just
I
get a
am
picture of
going.
sneakers upside down on a parking lot, and that would be
Now,
Yeah.
a road type surface, because roads are made out of concrete, they're made out of gravel, they're made
Yeah.
out of asphalt, they're made
Yeah.
out of rubber. So
Ours
Yeah.
is made out of a little bit of everything. It's concrete, asphalt, rubber, and potholes.
And potholes. Potholes are the composition of a road, folks. Wow, this is gonna be interesting. I should put a no on this thing from attending it.
Hey, I'm
Wow.
attending.
This, Portis, okay, see now.
I'm going.
All right, we have heard it here first, folks. Portis is pumped up about this.
I am in this one.
You better not throw a dud up there. I know that.
Hey, I got one. You know what? My shot is gonna take some extreme timing, and we're gonna see how well this works. You know, see, this is gonna take a lot of practice with focus.
You know
Get the
what?
shot.
Now I want to have like a second camera just to see you trying to capture this shot.
I'm gonna. You know what?
Where is son of a black on the mat? We need to recruit him. For this.
He's in the other room. You know what? If you see what my daughter posted last night online, they're always watching apparently because I had no clue. I had no clue last night at all. Check Instagram. Check Instagram. That happened without me knowing. I wasn't aware she was behind me to say it like that.
Oh man. That was a funny Instagram. I do remember that.
I did not know what was going on. I was in it.
Sure, buddy. Sure.
No, that's why. For those who don't know, follow me on Instagram. There's a picture of my beloved wife and I in our kitchen. I was making strawberry frappuccinos in our kitchen, and
like a boss.
We have a tradition when certain songs come on, we do something.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here so I can make my root beer floats.
Michael King, where can we find your photographs here on this wonderful World Wide Web?
Anywhere under Michael King 4023, and I can be found this weekend at the as I do the third Saturday of each month at the Bel Air Civic Center for our Apple Users Group meeting.
Are you guys having a swap meet again?
The swap meet, we're finished until January.
Okay. Ask around. I still need that airport card.
Okay. Yeah, we don't do another swap meet now until January. I forgot who our speaker is. And then we got Andy Anako, Chris Breen, and one other coming in this month, the rest of the year.
Oh, I might come out for that then.
Anako's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
It's pretty funny.
I think we're supposed to have him and Chris Breen back to back.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Very nice. Nice. Well, appreciate you coming out and hanging with us as usual, my man.
No problem. Got nothing else to do on Thursdays.
Black on the Mac. Where can we find you?
At a Black on a Mac on your favorite social media. If you want to see me making a fool of myself, check my Instagram. My lovely daughter, like I said, did post a rather candid video of my wife and I last night.
That it was, folks. Good gosh. Appreciate you hanging out, and I'm looking forward to this shot.
I'm gonna go out there.
You're dreaming up.
I'm gonna recruit son of a Black on a Mac.
I'm telling you now, it better not be a dud.
It will be. Don't worry. I have all the faith. It'll be the.
Wait! I got you. It'll be the bomb.
The bomb. Okay. Okay.
A bomb that's a dud.
He got ethnic on us. Wow.
Yeah, it'd be a bomb, all right. It'd be a bomb as bad.
Oh, God. Jeez. Appreciate it, Portis. Next
Always a
up,
pleasure.
Robert Knight. Where can we find your work, bro?
500 Pics. You can also find me on Google+.
Where else? 500 Pics. What's the address for 500 Pics?
Robert_Knight/500pics.com. It's in the lower third thing there with the body hunter.
He's quite proficient at pointing down at his lower third. You said, "Bow, it's right here."
Yeah, no, he's on it. He is on it. All right, thank you again.
Find me there easily. You'll find me on Google+. If you're looking for my About page, it's Robert Knight -tech on the end of that, and you'll find me there as well. If you're going to follow me and you expect me to follow back, have your profile filled out.
Yeah, that just might help. Just might help. Thank you again, bro. Appreciate you coming out.
No problem.
All right, last up, I guess that's me. No, we're going to give a shout out to Mike Sweeney, who was in here tonight on his iPad, out and about in the wild, running for his life. No, he wasn't running for his life. But shout out to Mike Sweeney. Follow him on Google Plus and check out his website, msmedia.me. That's M as in Mike, S as in Sweeney, media.me. And look him up on iTunes and buy his book, How to Create Some Amazing Photographs with Your iPhone. Very, very nice book with a lot of tips and tricks,
And some of them are Android friendly also. So.
yeah, and it's fundamental basically. So go check them out. All right, myself. I can be found here on Google Plus, of course, but you can also find me on Twitter at that wonderful tag. Let me see if I can do like Robert. Bam.
No.
At I have no life on the Twitterverse. I hang out there sometimes. But more so, folks, I'd rather you check out smartphone-photographers.com or my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/AntPruitt. I appreciate the folks coming in, watching this live hangout on there tonight, and I appreciate all of our community members and the moderators in the panel tonight hanging out. You guys make this community a lot of fun. Sometimes y'all make it a lot of work. Robert, with challenges like that. But it's been really, really, really fun being here and learning a lot of stuff from people that know what they're talking about when it comes to photography. Because again, as we've always said, your smartphone, you can have some really good shots from this thing, and it doesn't have to be a big high dollar DSLR. Just put in the fundamentals that we talk about here every week, and you get some good stuff out of there. So next week, it'll be right about 9:15 p.m., somewhere in that area. It depends on how fast I can shove food down my yap and get a beer and get set up. But yeah, about 9:15 p.m. next Thursday, or another hangout on there and point and shoot. Be sure to tune in. If you're interested in joining our community, just let me know on Google Plus and request an invite for the Smartphone Photographers community hosted by Ant Pruitt. And we'll do a little background check on you to make sure you fit in. You know, we don't do the looky-loos. We don't do the spammers. We don't do the people that just share all of their selfies. That's what Instagram is for.
Mm-hmm.
This is a community to try to make it better. We share resources. We share tips. We want everybody to get better. You feel me? All right. We will see you folks next week. Thank you again for watching, and catch you later. Peace.